so I don't want to interrupt the music too much. Obviously, I think someone said a long time ago, like, oh, you talk too much. I mean, I don't know how true that is, because it's an LP, I'm supposed to talk, but... And welcome to the final boss fight, guys. This is safe for Sephiroth. And that is One Winged Angel in the background, by the way. The beginning of that music gets me every single time. Reminds me of a horror movie. My little sister used to do this one thing where she pretended that she had a knife, and she'd pretending to be Chucky from Child's Play, and she'd make like the stabbing motion, and she'd look at me and she'd do like this really evil-looking grin, and that would scare the living hell out of me. I kid you not. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. You're supposed to have like Debarrier or something like that. That way you can break his barrier that he throws up in the air. I totally forgot about that. You know, I think I might have something that might break it. Okay, apparently it doesn't look like I have anything. But apparently he casts Shadow Flare, by the way, so you should be kind of careful about that. I'm going to throw a regen into the air. This guy's actually a pretty intense boss fight. Much more straightforward than the other guy, though, because, I mean, there's only one part that you have to attack here. And I think my cousin, Shad, he showed me this one video of One Winged Angel with like alternate lyrics, and it just cracked up the living hell out of me. It's very hard to take this song a little bit more seriously once you've heard it, but it's a very good thing. But anyway, he casts Wall on himself, by the way, so it makes it so when you try to throw anything at him, it really doesn't do all that much. And I don't want to just throw Knights of the Round, because I do want to make it a little bit more challenging, kind of introduce like the strategy behind how you beat him. But this guy is intense. So One Winged Angel, you can see why. He's got one arm and he's got a wing on it, so pretty self-explanatory right there. And he's got, it looks like a halo, like it's so creepy. Now, there's a couple of things you should be careful about. He cast a Pale Horse. I was about to mention that right on cue. He's gonna hit Cloud, who has the ribbon. Not that big of a deal, but what it does do is that it inflicts every single status effect on the game on a single character. We're talking Frog, Mini, Silence, Poison, everything along those lines. So if he were to hit Yuffie or Tifa in that scenario, it would be a very devastating attack. So I just want to throw that out there for you. And he also has a summon called the Supernova, which I think causes between 3,500 and 5,000 points of damage. I'm sure that he can summon it on cue for me, but the Supernova, it just takes a really long time. Did he just do it? I wasn't looking. Yeah, I think this is it. But this is a summon that I was joking around with you guys about earlier on in the LP, where I thought it just takes a really long time. That looks like an alchemy circle, by the way. I'm Full Metal Alchemist, so. Obviously, way too much math here. Way too much math. Blowing up my brain here. if you have to do higher level math, you never want to see a math equation ever if you don't have to, so. Check it out. You can break through Pluto. I mean, it's not a planet anymore, don't get me wrong, so that's not that big of a deal. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Didn't blast through Neptune or Uranus, huh? But look at that. Didn't blow up Saturn, but it blew up everything around it. I think it's really cool when it goes through Jupiter, because, you know, Jupiter's just like a very gassy planet, so it just passes a hole through it. Like, that's pretty cool, right? Except for he actually does blow up Jupiter. Go figure. I always think it's very interesting how they think that Mars used to have life on it. It must have been like a couple of years before. And I'm under the impression that it just passed through the sun and destroyed it. Yeah. Which means that if Sephiroth were to cast Supernova, that means that we get destroyed, and I just want to throw that out there for you guys. Like, he destroys the entire solar system. That's how intense he is. Man, that would be like the worst day ever, when you actually get to the point where the sun blows up, and then Earth is no more. It's kind of like in Futurama, when he goes into the future. I feel like that would be like Such a horrible fate. I don't know. I mean, like, it'd be nice to see the future and that far ahead, but like everything that you know and hold dear and that means anything to you right now is gone at that point. So, and obviously, this is gonna do a ton of damage. I don't think it'll. I think it might kill Cloud. But there you go. There's the most intense attack in the whole game. I just want to. And apparently someone has slow on them right now. Trying to get really lucky here. Oh, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna hit for the last two. I don't even care. Because I don't think I've shown you guys Final Heaven, and I don't want to spoil that for you. So here we go. But my favorite attack thing in the whole game. I just love this thing to death. It's infinitely awesome. So, like, look how cool it is when Tifa like picks him up and just like twirls him around and throws him. And here's Final Heaven, which I don't think I've shown you guys yet in this LP. This is the final attack. I'm not gonna do as much because I didn't get a yeah, but keep in mind if I get a yeah, it's like an instant 9,999. So. I think I threw a big guard in the air already, didn't I? But I think he can throw Pale Horse. I feel like he's setting up for Pale Horse right there. Maybe it's just like the way the music playing in the background is totally getting to me, but... I feel like the whole thing is pretty simple. You want to keep Barrier and End Barrier and Haste on you, cast Regen, throw Cure on as necessary. Obviously, if he's wasting time casting D-Spell on your characters, that's good for your team. I mean, that's one less turn where he could potentially cast Supernova, so... Obviously, he took away all the cool things that we had right there, but... I mean, he just wasted an entire turn, which means an extra, like, 8,000 points of damage on him, so... And I mean, like, and it's just as easy for me to throw it back up. I mean, it takes Big Guard to throw all three things up in there. And I forget what Dean does. I'm sure it causes a lot of damage. I imagine everything causes a ton of damage. However, if he puts Cloud in the limit break, it's pretty much GG at this point. So I'm actually kind of hoping he puts Yuffie in the limit break because I don't want to use Cloud Sync. I feel like it'd be pretty broken. And there you go, guys. I love how he freezes in place. Kind of like when you read Harry Potter and they talk about at the very end of the book when Harry Potter vanquishes the Dark Lord, and just like the expression. I think the phrase was that Tom Riddle crumples to the ground, and I just thought that it was just a literary masterpiece the way she phrased it, because it was like, because he was no longer the Dark Lord Voldemort. It was like. It was the being that he thought had no significance, like that person, that name, is the one that fell down. So I just thought that was really cool. But him just freezing in place, just really, really cool. Anyways, that is safe for Sephiroth. That's the final boss fight. At least I think that's the final boss fight, guys. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but... This is all we could do. Wait, what about Holy? What's gonna happen to the planet? That I don't know. Isn't the rest up to the planet now? You're right. We've done all that we could do. Alright, everyone. There's no use thinking about it anymore. We'll leave all our worries here. Let's go home proud. Yuffie looks so beat. Wait, what happened? I feel it. What? Wait. He's still here. Still. Cloud? He's laughing. Cloud! That's right, guys. We're not done. We're not done yet. Are you kidding me? You can't defeat something that's been injected with Jenova that easily. Aside from Hojo. Aside from Hojo. But keep in mind, back in 1997, these graphics coming out of my TV on a video game blows my mind hole. So. And like always, I'm always having technical difficulties with the emulator and getting it to produce the sound, but I figured out a system to try to get the sound back into it, so I'm going to keep on executing that. Here's the final boss battle, guys. Mano y mano, Cloud versus Sephiroth. And there's only one command that you can do. And I hope this is like the best finish ever to the game. If I had Ultimate Weapon, it'd be even more awesome, but I mean, look at that. Like, I just feel like all the emotion, all the rage, everything that was built up in Cloud, like all the anguish, the desire to destroy Sephiroth comes out in that move. So I don't know. It's like to have a battle as a cutscene almost is just it's a masterpiece. I don't know how else to describe it. So